Hello all. This is the part two of the video I previously showed, in which I previously walked you through the functionalities and the UI of ChefsCamp, the application I made during CodeChef Hackathon. In this video, we will go through the tech stack and then the code of the application. So now let's talk about the tech stack. So I am using React for the front end and PHP Slim. Slim is a framework of PHP for making fast API services. And then I'm using MySQL as the database and also using Redis for caching purpose. Now the deployment is such that the front end is being deployed and hosted by Netlify, and the backend is deployed on Heroku. And Heroku talks to the database on provided by Azure and the Heroku Redis. So this was all about the tech stack. Now let's go through some of the code and the folder structure. So I will open terminal and I'll open VS Code here. So this is the folder structure. So we have two different repositories for one for the front end and other for the back end. Front end name, the name of the repo for front end is ChefsCamp client, and the folder structures, and this is made from the Create React app package. So we have our source folder here, which contains all the different components to the application. And for this particular hackathon, all the components that were added were to only Gem. So on clicking on Gem, we have different components. The main component is Gem, which contains several different components. Which some of these are tag util, which is a reusable component to show up popular tags or any number of tag fields that you saw in the previous video. So this is the Gem component. Under Gem component, we have different components such as the filter tags, the search bar where you can select multiple tags and filter problems based on these multiple tags. And now next component is problem, which shows the different aspects of the problem, such as problem statement, the meta tag of problem, such as author, time limit, source limit, etc. Now this component also has a add tag component through which you can add your personal tag to a particular problem. Now next up is problem list. This component lists all the problems for different tags selected. This was all about the front end components and the folder structure. Now let's move to the backend folder structure. So for backend, we have the main file index.php, which is the entry point for the PHP Slim application. So here we have some files required, the Slim app and some env setup. And on coming down, we have several routes listed up here and some controller functions or controllers. So and now we can go to source to see different aspects of this application. Let me quickly show you routes. So we have contest routes where you can fetch contests from CodeChef. You can see the /API/contest route where you will fetch all the different contests. Now you can see here API/contest code where you can fetch the contest or a particular contest. Now we have ID where you can run a code and query the status of the running code. And then we have leaderboard route. Similarly, we have problem route where you can fetch details of problems and the recent successful submission of that problem. Now we have tags. So this is new route for this particular hackathon. So we have different routes for tags, such as adding new tags, then fetching the public tags from CodeChef, fetching the private tags from the MySQL database, fetching different problems from CodeChef based on tags, etc. These are the routes. Then controllers. So we have controllers for tags, which are basically some logic for some particular routes. So this is all about controllers. Now we have some utility functions such as config, which provide different variables such as environment variables or endpoints or something like that. And we have next up we have curl functions. These are reusable functions which are necessary for making curl requests to CodeChef. Now we have DB functions. We have a Redis function to store and query for access token. And lastly, we have some random route functions. These are to generate access token from refresh token, or generate the token for first time, or even generate access token with client credentials. So this was all about utility functions. And we have now env.example, where you can see all the different env environment variables one will need during the setup of the project. Now let's talk about setup. So anyone who is willing to contribute to the project can set up the project by going to github.com/ankitraj/chefscamp client, clone this project and run yarn install. Similarly, go to github.com/ankitraj/chefscamp-server, clone the project and run composer install, then use PHP and make a PHP server for the application. And now the React application will be proxied to the PHP server on localhost port 88. So thank you for seeing the video, and this was all about ChefsCamp. Again, I would like to thank CodeChef for the opportunity and the resources. This is all for this video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.